Hi, I'm Tony Constantine, an investment advisor representative with LifeMark Securities Corp. This week, I want to share some thoughts with you. These thoughts come from deep thoughts and discussions with actual real people involved in the situation and some research from some limited sources that I've got with regard to some actual statistics. Of course, what I want to talk about is the employment crisis we've got going on in our country. Back in March of 2020, we started the month out with the unemployment rate down around 2%, which is one of the lowest marks since they've been recording them. Then, after all is said and done, and we try to open the economy back up and all that kind of stuff, we find out that we've got underemployment now. Here, at least in Northeast Ohio, everywhere you look, all you see is hiring signs in front of every company, restaurants, factories, machine shops, car care shops, whatever. Everybody's looking for employees and can't find them. So what happened to all the employees? Well, I know for a fact, because I've got some clients that did this, they were right there at retirement age. They had enough money to go ahead and retire, so they did. How many people that included? We have no clue. There are no statistics for that because nobody keeps track of retirement parties, and really nobody really had many retirement parties from this group. The second thing we have is the rumors that were going around back in this spring of 2020 regarding people being ordered to stay home and receiving unemployment benefits that were greater than their paycheck when they were working. I don't know how true that is, but I'm going to assume that there were at least some. But let's sit back and think about this. I mean, we're all human beings, and there's no difference between men and women on this. Okay? Women need to be needed, men need to be needed and appreciated at work. Of the two, women probably need to be needed more than men. Well, how does it feel to be an non-essential employee and be paid more to stay home and do nothing than you were paid to go to work? That's not a very comfortable situation to be in, is it? I wouldn't think so. I've never been there, but I can't imagine it is comfortable for anybody. Maybe in a short period of time, but not for an extended period of time. The second thing is, even if you're making less money staying home and receiving those unemployment benefits, how does it feel to be called a non-essential worker? You go to work and they don't really need you there? What, are they giving you charity every week? Good question, isn't it? Well, maybe we hit the situation right on. The government obviously used some negative terminology that they should not have used with non-essential workers. But think about it this way. You're a non-essential worker and you're home, you're not allowed to go to work. How does that make you feel about your job? You're non-essential. How does it make you feel about your career? You're non-essential. I was essential because my clients needed me. That's good for me, but not good for everybody. Not everybody was in that situation. Well, think about it this way. Do you want to continue to work for that person now that there are jobs out there? Now, I did read a statistic. Somewhere between 20 and 30% of the working population is seriously considering quitting work within the next 6 to 12 months in order to look for another job. Now, if you're an employer, I'm sure that's a statistic that just brings nightmares to you at night. And why do we have that? Because psychologically, people feel underappreciated at work. It's not just a transaction for a paycheck. There's a lot more to it now than that. And that's one of the things we're going to have to address going forward between labor and management, or management being basically ownership. And it's got to affect the stock market and profitability. Right now, I think it's affecting profitability because there's got to be a morale problem out there. With, call it 25% of the workforce thinking about quitting to look for another job. And how about this? If those are the ones who want to quit, how many are looking for another job while they're still on the payrolls? Got to be more than one or two if 25% are considering quitting. These are situations that we have to be aware of. Unfortunately, I don't have any answers for you. In this case, I'm taking the position that I'm identifying the problem, because if we don't identify the problem, nobody's going to be able to find an answer. So now that I've identified the problem, I hope that somebody else, maybe you, can come up with a good, viable answer for it. If you want to have a discussion, or you've got a comment to make or an idea, send me an email or give me a phone call. My contact information will be on the screen in a moment. Come back next week for our next exciting installment. And until then, make every day a great day.